Hi, and welcome to Classic Car Cave. I thought I'd put a bit of a brief history on this Mini Cooper that I have here, and some of the things that I've done to it from scratch. Um, I bought this car in the UK, but what I'll do is I'll give you the history as I go through it. But I bought it in the UK, and I bought it sight unseen. Well, I bought it from photographs, but I knew because I asked the guy I bought it from to take pictures underneath the subframe. So I knew the subframe was rotten. I knew it needed some body work, but I got it at the right price. To be honest, the accessories were worth more than the car was. It had a nice set of wheels on it and just half decent seats and that kind of stuff. And I didn't pay an awful lot for the car. I can't actually remember what it was. And it was an MPI when I got it, and I've changed it into a carburetted Cooper now. But as I say, I'll give you all the dates, or not dates, but I'll give you all the info as I kind of go through it. But from what it was to what it is now, it's a completely different cup of tea. And as I say, I didn't inspect the car before I paid for it. Well, I did inspect it before I put it on the trailer, but I'd already gone to England with the trailer. But I wanted this particular shell because generally it was in fairly good condition. Unfortunately, the front end of it was not in good condition. I ended up having to put new inner wings, new outer wings on it, and quite a few other panels as well, which you can go back and have a look at on this Cooper. While I was doing that, because the bodywork takes such a lot of time, I got Max in Graz to do the engine for me, and he was working with Magna at the time, so he only had a few hours at night, a couple of hours at night, and some weekends. So it did take a long time to get the engine back, but I have to say the performance of the engine and the condition it's in. I did say in the previous video I would show the underneath of the car because it is completely leak free, which for a Mini, or any British car for that matter, lots of cars have, not just British ones, but predominantly British ones. Jaguars and Minis are terrible for leaks, and this one doesn't have, even from the seal on the gear selector, which is normally what goes, but this one has the upgraded alloy double seal kit in it, which seems to work. But I'll take you around and I'll show you the things we did to it, and hopefully it's of interest to you and what can be done and what can't. The problem with restoring vehicles is if you're restoring it to make money, you're wasting your time. You either want the car because it's something you've always liked or wanted, something you're going to hang on to for a long period of time, and that way, when you get the enjoyment of driving it and owning it or keeping it, then you'll get your money back from the pure enjoyment of it. But if you think you can take a car like this and restore it properly and make money on it, you're completely wrong. It's not viable. If you've got high-end clients with Ferraris and top-end cars, Rolls Royces, Bentleys, whatever, yeah, maybe, but not this end of the market. Anyway, I'll take you around. I'll show you inside, underneath, outside, and all the little bits and pieces that I did to try and make it that little bit nicer. And I hope you enjoy the video. So this is the original rear plate from it, M742 FUG. And when I saw it, or when I bought it, probably that FUG stands for fugly. But anyway, so you can see there was quite a bit of paperwork came with it, quite a history file, as you can see. Yeah, a lot of old receipts, quite a lot of money spent on it from what I can see. But it was in poor shape. That was the very reason I bought it. It was in poor shape. It was never going to go through an MOT the way it was, and that's why I got it at the right price. Now this one is from 2004, this MOT, and it had nearly 45,000 on it then. But the car is the Cooper it's a 1994 Mini Cooper SPI, that's what it was, and originally it was green. It's British racing green with the white top and the Go Faster stripes on it. I'll try and find some pictures of it. I think I even have a little video of it where it was running. from the outside, there are a couple of things you might look at and think, oh, why is that on there? Okay, the first thing will probably be, you see these little rubber extra edges here? This is because of the turf in Austria. You're not even allowed to have a mill sticking out. And obviously when you turn the wheel at the front and the back is showing, is exposed, and that's why these rubbers had to be put on there. But you can see after all these years, I mean, it's what, 5-6 years now since the respray, since it was resprayed. You can see there, like, it's still on top niche. This is all lead loaded. I ended up putting these chrome bits on here instead of the normal ones. To be honest, I'm not sure whether it makes it look better or not. But the car still runs beautifully. I think I've shown this before, but this was an engineering exercise of mine to do this boot, and there was a reasoning behind it. So as I say, it opens sideways and opens fully, but you just have to pull it that last little bit, because these are the original Rams from the scrap car I got them off, which is an Audi A4. And also inside here, you might see there's another handle up there, in fact there. And what happens is you can actually take the back seat swab out and you can open this up and pull this down. I won't do it now, and it makes an entrance for a suitcase. So you could actually, or baggage, whatever you wanted. So if you were going to sort of an IMM and you don't want to put a horrible roof rack on it, you could put, there's a net goes in there. You can take the back seat swab out and put all your luggage in the back, or whatever you want to store inside. And then, because obviously you need a lot of bits and pieces, spares, jacks, wheels, all that kind of shit. And there isn't really enough in the Mini. And it's very difficult with these high back seats to get anything in the back. You could. I thought at one point of making it into a hatchback, like Radford did, or I can't remember the name of the company now that built Ringo from the Beatles, Wooden Picket. I think they did a couple of hatchbacks, and I was thinking of doing that, and then I thought, no, this is enough doing this. But as I say, it opens right up, as you can see, so there's plenty of room. I've got to make a panel for there and get that panel sorted because it's got dirty, unfortunately. So I did it in, unfortunately the colours probably won't show up, but it's very much a beige and black. It's not white, it's not Old English white. It's actually like, my wife calls it the Chanel Mini, because it's very much the Chanel colours. Chanel shoes and bags and so on. So, yeah, as I say, inside you can see all the stuff was made bespoke for me from Newton Commercials. So this is their seat frames, and the nice thing about these is they flick forward they've got 3 positions. They flick forward, they go backwards and forwards, and they adjust the upright as well. So basically all the interior came from Newton Commercials, so I had it made, and yeah, I think it just really suits the car. Extremely comfortable, probably the most comfortable seats I've ever had in a Mini. And as I say, it's like a bit like a little mini Bentley inside. So you can see, and you can see how nice that is. Now, the giveaway for SPI is that bracket at the back where the tag is. That's a typical SPI, which it normally has all the fuse boxes on and so on and so forth. So I've turned this back into a carburetted version. And as I say, it just runs sweet as a nut. Well, let's start at the front. As you can see, even from that gear selector, which is normally a bugger, this one's got the aluminium double seal in it, where there's an internal O-ring and an external O-ring. But you can see there's not a bit, in fact, there's a bit of corrosion happening now there on that front subframe. That's a brand new subframe, that. Is it? I can't remember. No, I think it was the original. But without the oil going on, it's actually not protecting it. It's a bit, anyway. But you can see everything's new on it. Come all the way back, you can see. So as clean as a whistle. All the way back. On the back subframe, there's a bit there. I need to look at that battery box. A bit of rust appearing. I'll put some W40 on that. But yeah, I mean, the car's just in really, really good condition, and you can see there's nothing, not a drop of oil. Well, that's been in here for what, a week now? Yeah, We put it on before we went to Red Bull Ring, and you can see there's nothing. We've not cleaned that floor. That's how it is. There's some marks from before, but there's not a drip of oil there. So there you go. It is possible to make a BMC Mini, or any Mini, leak free. So there we are. Let me just pop that down. So yeah, but it's just a great little thing to drive. It handles beautifully. Yeah, we really set it up nice. You can see there, even now after all this time, and this is some years now it's been finished, it still looks pretty good. So there you go, gents. It is possible. You just need to put a lot of effort and a lot of time and detail into getting it absolutely spot on. So I just thought I'd let you have a little look around it. It is one of my kind of pride and joy, because I think it's such a nice car. It drives so well. Yeah, I get a lot of comments from it. I mean, the fact it's a Mini, you're going to get comments anyway these days. But when I go to the shops, everybody seems to have had one, or an uncle or an auntie or a whatever. So there you go. So on that note, as usual, stay safe, keep the faith, enjoy your hobby,